Ladies and gents, ladies and gents, I would like to introduce you to Shyne. In case you don't know who this man is, Shyne. Shyne was a rapper. I mean, his voice was distinctive. When he opens his mouth and starts spitting a rhyme, his voice would just captivate him. He was even compared to Biggie, the notorious B.I.G. The comparisons were wild, but his voice, and then he had that accent from Belize. He once said that he was going to become a billionaire rapper, but he was thrown for a loop. An infamous night, he went out with Diddy and Jennifer Lopez. And that night changed the course of his life, changed his trajectory. But Shyne went from becoming a prolific rapper to then becoming a convicted felon. And now, the next stage of his life, he's a phenomenal politician, a wordsmith. Life can take you for a loop. It can take you in different directions, different ebbs and flows. And if you just stay with the course and not change the direction that life may take you down, if it's a bad direction, you might end up by the wayside. But this man is a bright light in humanity, in society. And I give it up enough respects. So I'm going to let you hear who this guy is. I'm going to let you hear him speak this interview that I'm going to play. Just amazing. Think about it. Going from becoming a rapper to a convicted felon to a prolific politician. How things can change for the good or for the bad. But for this man, it went from good to bad to great. Let me play the video.
Almost 22 years after that life-changing night, welcome to the show, the 13th opposition leader of the Belize House of Representatives, the Honorable Moses Shyne Barrow. How are you? Oh, have a seat. Oh, that's for me. Listen, I like a guest who walks in with a gift.
Yes, that's from Belize.
Thank you. That's from Belize?
From the people of Belize.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to open it. As I said at the beginning, we're live, and you have been on my list for a very long time of people that I've wanted to talk with.
I'm honored.
You're fascinating.
I'm honored. Thank you. Today's actually my grandmother's birthday, who passed away October 6th. It was a very special day.
October 6th.
That's right. Yeah.
Was she... So she was alive when all of this was happening with you?
Yes, and she, you know, my mom is in the audience as well. And this has been, you know, very devastating journey and triumphant journey. And so this is part of the triumph right here, that I could be here with your studio audience and the millions of people out there and talk about Belize and all the great things that we're doing.
And I do want to talk about all the great things that you're doing, but to your point, to get to the great, the bad has to be acknowledged.
Absolutely, I think...
And I'm with the former bad boy, as the record label. So let's go. We're not far from where that night took place. And you've never told the details about it. You have never gone into great... people want to know what happened that night. I know that you've always said self-defense. When you drive by that area now, how does that feel to know what happened in there?
Well, I take the train and I walk, so I don't drive. But I actually haven't walked in that area.
Was that deliberate? Have you wanted to
No, I
avoid
just
it?
haven't had I haven't had the desire. That, it's so long ago, and it's to me more of a blip on my journey to where I was going, which is always a world leader.
That's so interesting that you feel it's a blip, because it was and is the thing that defined you for so long before this chapter of your life.
I think maybe because in media, sensationalism is what grabs people.
I think
but
the
for me,
opposite.
like when I walk around New York, everyone is like, Shyne, your album got me through college.
Yeah.
I love your music. No one's thinking about that night.
But I think your fans in some way believe you were wronged, not just by the legal system, but also by the industry. So here you were, this rising star, the next Biggie, your voice. It is as distinct as his voice was. And I remember the comparisons.
Yeah.
And you were on your way. Even you were quoted as saying you thought you were going to be a billionaire rap star. And you ended up behind bars. And the two people who were there with you that night went on to be two of the biggest stars in the world. What was that like for you, watching them shine and Shyne live in darkness?
I think everything is about timing. And, the opportunity that I have today to impact the world, everything that I've been through is really worth it. Because I'm not just a leader in Belize, but I'm a world leader, because the ideals and the principles that I represent, which is integrity, which is loyalty, which is honesty, having moral turpitude.
You said two critical things, loyalty and honesty.
Yeah.
I know that you and Puffy are friends now, and he has supported you, but people believe that you went to jail because you were too loyal.
I think in the Belize House of Representatives, unfortunately, like most Congresses and National Assemblies, you have people that aren't loyal to their constituents and to serving the public interest. So what I've been through is not about Puff. I'm nobody's victim. That was about me. That was about my honor, my integrity, which propelled me to be exactly where I am today as a Belizean leader and a world leader, showing examples of the best that all human beings have in them as far as character and integrity, ethics, and moral.
Two questions for you. Do you miss the music? Do you miss rapping? Because it is a gift.
Yeah. Well, I always tell people in the House of Representatives, you're the voice of the people. The people elect you to go there and be their voice, and it's the people's house. And, if you ever listen to me speak in the House of Representatives, it's just like I'm at Madison Square Garden, because you have to be able to communicate, the narrative of the people, their demands, their dissatisfactions, and you have to be able to do that forcefully and very, systematically. It has to have a method, a rhythm. So it's similar to, when I made music, because I never made music just to make music. I was the voice of the voiceless. I was the voice of all those kids that were still in Brooklyn, still in Belize, still in Compton, still wherever, in urban societies where they're systematically discriminated against and subjugated and destined to spend the rest of their lives in jail or in an early grave. So when I was making music, I was making music for them. And if you listen to my first album, the first thing that I said was, Dear America, I'm only what you made me. Young, black, and crazy. Please save me. Right?
I know that you come from a political dynasty. Your father, a history-making politician as well.
Yeah.
And you're an outstanding representative of Belize. And this is what you brought for me as a gift.
That's from the, but Belize has such a rich culture. Everything is better in Belize. The people You know, you have Maya people. That's from the Maya people.
Wow.
The, you know, historic Maya people. Then we have the Garifuna people, which are the Africans. We have mestizos. That's from the Garifuna people. Very rich culture. Yeah, so when you visit Belize, you know, the food is great. The people are better. The water is pristine. Everything. Gotta visit Belize.
Well, it is beautiful to see you use that gifted voice and the wordsmith that you are to elevate your country. And thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
So it's similar to, you know, when I made music, because I never made music just to make music. I was the voice of the voiceless.